Morning children, welcome to English Reader. Once again, we are revising chapter 1 from the beginning because so many children are enrolling in the class now. We have completed this chapter, but for the few students, I'm going to revise again. And those who have not registered for the online class, you are so fortunate that Madam is again revising for you. Today we are going to learn chapter 1. I have already completed, but for those who was not in the class, mainly for them. Chapter 1 is about friends and companion. Friends and companion. Okay? Now let's see what's it all about. Here you can see a tree and a man. Okay? When the tame animals were wild. Everything was wild in those days, and this man also was wild. See, you can see the man sleeping on the tree. Okay, where did the man sleep? On the tree. Everything was wild in those days. Okay, the dog was wild, the cat was wild, the horse was wild, everything was wild, and they all lived in the wet, wild wood in a corner of the earth. So where did they live, children? The cat, the dog, the horse, the sheep, and everything was wild. And they lived in the wet, wild wood under the corner of the earth. And man also was wild. You can see man sleeping on the tree. Man was also wild. He was dreadfully wild, wandering and sleeping in the branch of a tree. Okay, children? Now you can see the branch here, the very thick branch. The man was sleeping here because he was also wild. One day the woman picked out a nice dry cave. When the woman was roaming in the jungle, she came and found a nice dry cave. Pick up means she found, and she went inside that cave and she started to clean and make the cave very clean. And the floor she cleaned it, and everything she cleaned and make it nice and dry. And at the door, you can see this door, there was a dry skin of a horse to protect this door. Okay, she hanged a dry skin of a horse in the cave of the entrance. And then she lit a fire here, and she started to make a delicious sheep. She flavored the sheep with a garlic and wild pepper and toasted in the stone. She made the stone very hot, and it was like a fire, and she roasted the sheep there. And everybody in the jungle was wondering, what a nice smell is coming out. And then when she threw the blade of a big fat bone into the fire, it made a magic song. And then all the wild horses, all the wild dogs, all the wild sheep, and the cat wanted to know what is going on, and they were very curious to know what is going on. And let's see what happened next. The man was sleeping in the cave. You can see the man sleeping, and the woman was roasting the sheep. And there sniffed a dog. You can see the dog sniffing in the door of a cave. He can smell the skin of the horse. It was dry skin of the horse hanging in the door. And the dog to let me go and see what is happening in the cave. So nice smell is coming. So dog can call this sniffing. The wild dog reached the mouth of the cave and he can smell the roasted sheep. And then the dog walked right in, and inside the cave, the dog went inside the cave and reached the mouth of the cave where the dry horse skin was hanging in the door. Okay, children? And it was all wet wood. Voice was ringing all over the cave. And then let's see what happened next. The wild dog crawled into the cave and laid his head on the woman's lap. So when the wild dog entered the cave, children, the woman threw a dry bones to the dog, and the dog ate the bone, and the dog was not scared of the woman anymore. And the dog went crawling and put his head on the woman's lap. You can see here, children. And the woman was petting the dog. And what happened? The dog told to the woman. What did the dog to the woman? Now, I am your best friend. Can you do one favor for me? The woman told to the dog. You help the man to hunt in the forest and get some food, and you can stay at night and guard my cave. And from that day onwards, the man's best friend and companion was the dog. Dog was the first best man's companion. And from that day onwards, dog became man's best companion, ever faithful and ever loyal. From that day onwards, everybody at their home, they keep dog as their pet animal. And from that day onwards, from the story, we know that man's best companion is dog. I hope you like the story, children. And those who are not online, for the first time you are in the class, children online, I hope you understood the story. And I'm going to give you some homework to do. On page 10, you have some sentence to be arranged in order. Okay, children? And you have to make that one. What comes first in the story? And fill in the blanks in page 10, number 3, and true and false question 4. And in page 11, you have a short question to do. Children, you do all this one for your homework, and tomorrow and Monday we will revise for you all. This chapter is mainly for the students who have just enrolled. Okay, children, have a good day and read the lesson well. Thank you.